All right, let's start with a show of hands. How many of you have been asked the dreaded question, what do you want to be when you grow up? Probably everyone, right? Now keep your hand up if your answer has ever been, I have no clue, or a professional Netflix watcher. Yeah, I thought so. You're not alone. The quest to find our passion can feel like searching for a needle in a haystack, except the haystack is on fire and you're allergic to hay. Fun times, right? But here's the good news. Finding your passion isn't about having all the answers right away. It's about exploring, experimenting, and sometimes even failing spectacularly. So let's break it down step by step, laugh a little along the way, and hopefully, by the end of this video, you'll be one step closer to uncovering what truly sets your soul on fire. Before we dive into the steps, let's take a moment to understand why finding your passion is so crucial. Imagine living every day on autopilot, going through the motions without a spark of excitement or joy. Sounds dreadful, doesn't it? That's what life can feel like without passion. A series of monotonous tasks with no real sense of purpose. Think about it. What gets you out of bed in the morning? Is it the thrill of a new challenge, the joy of creating something, or the satisfaction of helping others? Whatever it is, that's your passion calling. When you discover and pursue your passion, you unlock a level of fulfillment that goes beyond the mundane. It's like switching from black and white TV to full-color high definition. Everything becomes more vibrant, more meaningful. Picture this. If life without passion is like eating plain oatmeal every day, then life with passion is like enjoying a stack of pancakes with your favorite toppings. Who wouldn't prefer the latter? Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the common challenges people face when trying to identify their passion. Because, let's be real, if it were easy, everyone would be living their dream life already, right? So why is it so darn hard? One big challenge is the overwhelming pressure to have it all figured out. From a young age, we're bombarded with questions about our future plans. It feels like everyone expects us to have a crystal clear vision of our life's path. But let's be honest, most of us are just trying to figure out what to have for dinner tonight, let alone our lifelong passion. This pressure can make us feel stuck, like we're supposed to know exactly what we want, without ever trying anything first. Another roadblock is fear. Oh boy, fear is a sneaky little gremlin. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown. It can paralyze us into inaction. What if I try something new and I'm terrible at it? What if people laugh at me? What if I invest time and energy into a passion that doesn't pan out? These fears are natural, but they can be a huge barrier to exploration. Then there's the myth of the one true passion. You know, the idea that there's a single perfect passion out there waiting for you to discover it. It's like trying to find the one perfect slice of pizza in a world full of delicious options. The truth is, you might have multiple passions over your lifetime, and that's completely okay. Life is dynamic, and so are our interests. And let's not forget about external influences. Parents, teachers, friends, society, they all have opinions about what we should do with our lives. Sometimes we chase a passion that isn't really ours because we want to meet others' expectations. It's like wearing a pair of shoes that don't quite fit. They might look good on the outside, but they're uncomfortable to walk in. Lastly, there's the classic challenge of time. I don't have time is a mantra many of us live by. Between school, work, family, and social obligations, carving out time to explore new interests can feel impossible. But here's the thing, finding your passion requires making time, even if it's just a little bit each day. It's about prioritizing what truly matters to you. If you've ever felt any of these challenges, give yourself a break. You're not alone. Everyone faces these obstacles on the path to discovering their passion. The key is to recognize them, laugh at the absurdity of it all, and keep moving forward. So what can we do about these challenges? How can we navigate the pressures, fears, myths, and external influences? That's exactly what we're going to explore in the next steps. Step 1. Reflect on what you love. First things first, let's talk about what you love. And no, I don't mean pizza or sleeping in on weekends, although those are pretty great. I mean the activities that make you lose track of time, the things that make you feel alive. Think about it. When was the last time you did something that made you forget to check your phone? If you're struggling to remember, that's okay. It just means we need to dig a little deeper. Ask yourself these questions. What topics do you find yourself endlessly curious about? What activities make you feel energized, not drained? When do you feel most like yourself? And hey, if you're not sure, try this. Next time you're in the middle of doing something you enjoy, take a mental snapshot. Remember that feeling. That's a breadcrumb on the trail to your passion. You know, I once thought my passion was cooking. I imagined myself as the next Gordon Ramsay, minus the shouting. So, I signed up for a cooking class. Long story short, I set pasta on fire. Turns out my passion for eating didn't translate to a passion for cooking. But hey, now I know, and that's the point. You have to try things out. Step 2, explore new interests. Now, let's get adventurous. If you're stuck in a rut, it's time to step out of your comfort zone. Think of this as a buffet of life experiences. You won't know what you like until you sample a bit of everything. Sign up for that pottery class, join a hiking group, or learn to play an instrument. And yes, I give you full permission to be terrible at it initially. Remember, it's about discovery, not perfection. You are probably sitting on your couch right now thinking, but I don't have time. Well, guess what? You do. Swap one episode of your favorite show for an hour of trying something new. Trust me, Netflix will wait for you. The new experiences, not so much. Here's a mind-blowing thought. The passion you're seeking might be something you've never even tried yet. Imagine that. Your future self could be a master salsa dancer, but you'll never know unless you give it a whirl. Step 3, embrace the power of failure. All right, real talk time. Failure is part of the journey. I know. It's as appealing as a cold shower in winter, but hear me out. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's a stepping stone to it. Every great inventor, artist, and entrepreneur has a highlight reel filled with flops and missteps. The key is to learn from them, laugh at them, and keep going. Remember my cooking disaster? Yeah, I could have let that experience scare me away from the kitchen forever. Instead, I learned that I'm better at making reservations than risotto, and that's okay. Every failure is a clue, a piece of the puzzle, and think about it. If you're not failing, you're probably not trying hard enough. So embrace your inner mad scientist. Experiment boldly, and if things blow up in your face, well, you've got a great story to tell. Step 4, seek inspiration from others. Let's talk about role models. No, not the superhumans on social media who seem to have it all figured out. I'm talking about real people, maybe even in your own life, who inspire you. What is it about them that sparks something in you? Is it their dedication, creativity, or the way they can turn a bad day into a good one with just a smile? Think about your heroes. What do they do that makes you think, I want to be like that? Write it down. Seriously, do it. You might just discover a few passions hiding in plain sight. And here's a little secret. Your heroes started somewhere too. They faced their own battles and doubts. They're not superhuman. They're just humans who didn't give up. Step 5, connect the dots. Okay, we've done some reflecting, exploring, failing, and hero worshiping. Now it's time to connect the dots. Look back at all those mental snapshots and notes you've taken. What patterns do you see? Maybe you love storytelling, whether it's through writing, painting, or playing music. Perhaps you're drawn to helping others, solving problems, or making people laugh. Grab a piece of paper and jot down your top 5 favorite activities. Then, think about how you can incorporate more of these into your life. Even small steps count. Here's a nugget of wisdom. Your passion doesn't have to be your job. It can be a hobby, a side gig, or something you do just for fun. The important thing is that it brings you joy and fulfillment. Step 6, take action. This is where the rubber meets the road, folks. All the introspection and planning in the world won't mean a thing if you don't take action. Start small if you need to. Spend 10 minutes a day on something you're curious about. Volunteer for a cause you care about. Sign up for that class, join that club, or just start a new project. I once decided to take up jogging. I thought, how hard can it be? Spoiler, very. On my first run, I made it approximately 3 blocks before collapsing dramatically on a neighbor's lawn. But I got up, dusted myself off, literally, and tried again the next day. And you know what? It got easier. Not a lot easier, but baby steps, right? So what's one small step you can take today towards discovering your passion? Go ahead, think about it, write it down, and then, most importantly, do it. Step 7, be patient and persistent. Here's the kicker. Discovering your passion is a journey, not a sprint. It's like growing a tree. It takes time, nurturing, and patience. Some days you'll feel like you've got it all figured out, and other days you'll feel completely lost. That's normal. The key is to keep going, to keep exploring and evolving. Remember, the quest for passion is a lifelong adventure. It's about the journey as much as the destination. So be kind to yourself, stay curious, and enjoy the ride. And there you have it, fellow adventurers. The path to discovering your passion is filled with twists and turns, laughter and tears, but most importantly, it's filled with discovery. Keep exploring and keep connecting those dots. Your passion is out there, waiting for you to find it. So go forth, be bold, and most importantly, have fun. After all, life's too short to be anything but passionate. Thanks for joining me on this journey. If you enjoyed this adventure, feel free to like and subscribe. Until next time, be undefeatable.